All right, let's talk about one of the most critical and honestly one of the most overlooked parts of cloud security, how we handle our secrets. We're going to crack open the digital vault and see what's really going on inside.
You know, this sounds like the opening line of some cybersecurity thriller, doesn't it? But the scary part is, this is a real-world thing that happens, way, way too often. It's that one tiny mistake that can spiral into a total catastrophe. It's the kind of thing that keeps cloud architects staring at the ceiling at 3 a.m. And that brings us right to the heart of the problem for so many of these disasters, the hard-coded secret. It seems like such a simple, innocent mistake, but believe me, its impact can be absolutely devastating.
What's really terrifying here is the speed. I'm not talking about days or even hours. We're talking minutes. There are automated bots out there right now constantly scanning public code repos like GitHub, just looking for these exposed keys. The second one pops up, your account is wide open. Attackers can spin up thousands of servers for crypto mining, racking up a bill that'll make your eyes water. Or even worse, they can just walk out with your most sensitive customer data.
So, what exactly is a hard-coded secret? Well, it's pretty much what it sounds like. It's when you take a password or an API key and just write it directly into your application's code. The analogy here is perfect. It is exactly like leaving your house key under the doormat. You might think nobody will find it, but come on, it is literally the first place a burglar is going to look.
Okay, so how do we fix this, right? How do we get that key from under the doormat and into a proper, secure vault? Well, thankfully, the big cloud providers have given us some incredibly powerful tools to do just that. Let's meet our digital guardians. Each of the big three, that's AWS, Azure, and Google Cloud, they all offer their own dedicated service for managing secrets. The best way to think about these is like highly secure, constantly audited, digital safe deposit boxes. Their one and only job is to store your secrets, control exactly who can access them, and log every single time somebody tries. This isn't just a nice to have. It's the absolute foundation of a modern, secure cloud architecture.
Now here's the thing, while they all solve the same core problem, they're not carbon copies of each other. Each one has its own unique strengths, and they're all kind of optimized for their own native ecosystem. And if you're an architect, especially in a multi-cloud world, you have to understand these differences. So, the big question is, how do they actually stack up against each other? Let's put them head-to-head and see.
Okay, this table really tells a story about each cloud's philosophy. Let's start with automatic rotation. AWS has amazing native support for its own stuff, like RDS databases. If you're all in on AWS, it makes rotation practically seamless. Azure, on the other hand, hooks into its powerful event grid. It gives you a lot of flexibility, but yeah, it takes a little more setup. And then you have GCP, which uses Cloud Functions. Now, this gives you the most flexibility, but it does mean you're writing a bit of code to manage the rotation yourself. Okay, next up, IAM integration. AWS lets you get incredibly specific with deep, granular policies. It's super powerful but can get complex. Azure plugs right into Azure Active Directory, which is a massive win for any company already living in the Microsoft world. It keeps all your identity management in one place. And GCP gives you these really clean, fine-grained permissions that just make sense with its whole project structure. So that best for column really just nails it. If your whole world is AWS, Secrets Manager is a total no-brainer. If your business runs on Microsoft 365 and Azure, Key Vault is built for you. And if you're building on, say, Google Kubernetes Engine or using a lot of serverless, GCP's Manager is going to feel right at home.
But what if you're not living in just one cloud? What if your app needs a secret from AWS and a key from Azure at the same time? Well, that's the multi-cloud challenge, and it means we need a slightly more clever architectural pattern.
And here's what that looks like. Instead of having your application trying to talk to 3 different cloud APIs, which would be a mess, it talks to just one thing, a central broker. This broker handles all the messy details. It knows exactly how to authenticate with AWS, with Azure, and with GCP. It grabs the secret, and then it delivers it directly into the application's memory. And here's the most important part. The application itself is completely unaware of all that complexity. And even better, it never has to hold on to those long-term credentials. This is a huge boost to your overall security posture.
Look, whether you're using one cloud or 3, the tools are only one piece of the puzzle. Your entire strategy has to be built on a foundation of solid principles. So let's talk about the 2 golden rules of secret management.
First up, we have secret rotation. Think about it. If one of your secrets gets leaked, how long is it actually useful to an attacker? If that password never ever changes, the answer is, well, forever. But what if that password automatically changes every 24 hours?
Suddenly, that window of opportunity for an attacker shrinks from forever down to just a few hours. It's like changing the locks on your digital house every single day. It's a powerful, proactive defense.
And the second golden rule, and this one is absolutely fundamental, is the principle of least privilege. It's simple. If an application only needs to read data from one specific database table, do not give it admin access to the entire database. By giving it only the bare minimum permissions it needs to do its job, you drastically limit what we call the blast radius. If that app's secret does get compromised, the attacker can only do what the app could do, and absolutely nothing more.
So, let's pull all this together. We've talked about the nightmare of hard-coded keys, the power of these cloud-native tools, how to handle a multi-cloud setup, and the golden rules. But really, it all boils down to one simple, unavoidable truth.
You can have the most brilliant, the most scalable, the most innovative system in the entire world. But all of that incredible work, all of that genius, it can all be brought to its knees by one single API key left in the wrong place. Security isn't just a feature, it's a chain. And far too often, secret management is the weakest link in that chain.
So I'll leave you with this question, and it's really a challenge for every single one of us, every developer, every architect, every security pro out there. Your cloud security is only as strong as your secrets are. So, do you know where all of yours are?